When I was a boy, I loved playing card games with my friends. I was always a hero in these games and earned the title of captain. I would use these games to encourage my friends through the daily hardships that come with growing up in extreme poverty. At a young age, I began to see in those decks of cards something of life itself, a series of unpredictable events and opportunities where you can't control the hand you are dealt, only the way you play it. My name is Ackim Yusuf, and I was born in 2007 in the Mangochi district of southern Malawi in southwest Africa. My home is known as the home heart of Africa, a place of great beauty, unity and love, where strangers are welcomed with open arms. Yet we have fallen drastically behind in development. 70.1% of our people live in extreme poverty, on less than $2.15 a day. I didn't choose to be born into this great hardship. It was simply the hand I was dealt. Both of my parents dropped out of school before the age of 10. They brought 8 of us into this world and did everything they could to make ends meet. My father ran a small business of selling snacks and vegetables in our rock market. My father worked hard but could not earn enough to provide regular meat for all of us. As a young child, I became very thin and pale because I was not eating much. I shrank so much that my one pair of trousers became loose. I remember I used to tie it with a string to stay on as it was my only pair of pants. And the thing is, when your belly is empty, it affects your ability to learn. I remember going to school too many days in a row without a meal, and my mind would start playing tricks on me. Something I would see stars in the atmosphere, or my teacher strangely inverted upside down. As much as I wanted to learn, I was too weak to focus. So many times throughout my childhood, I would ask myself why God created me, why He wanted me to be born into such a poor family. I knew I had been dealt a bad hand, and I didn't know what to do with all these meaningless cards. I was still a hero to my friends, but inside, I was growing weary of my future. At age 10, I still could not read or write. That's when a friend introduced me to RiseUp Malawi's free after-school program. I started attending every day, and within 4 weeks, I could read or write simple words. By God's grace, I was accepted into RiseUp's scholarship program, and I'm now a proud secondary school graduate. My younger sister Maureen is also a RiseUp scholar. Together, we are the beacons of hope for our family. RiseUp Malawi has done more than just support my education. In 2023, my father was invited to join RiseUp's Farming God's Way program to improve food security in our household. All was going well until our country was hit with a month-long dry spell this past February. This was a critical time for our crops, and now we face a nationwide crisis. We don't have irrigation here, which means most of our people are completely dependent on the rains for food. Without year-round water, hunger is inevitable. Last year, 65% of my people reported hunger and going without eating. It is very sad for me to think how many children are out there today tying their trousers from hunger, just like I had to do. But with education comes hope. RiseUp believed this little boy with tattered string-tied trousers was made for more. And here I am. When I look around, I still see so much poverty and pain. But now I know why God created me. I didn't get to control the place or circumstances into which I was born, the hand I was dealt, but through RiseUp, I was given a choice how to play my hand. RiseUp has given me, my father, and thousands of others in my community the opportunity to write a new story, to dream a new future, and to end extreme poverty, one child at a time.